It is coming up on 3 o'clock. You're hearing News Radio 930 WBEN in Buffalo, New York, in the path of totality, and full totality will hit us at 18 minutes and 20 seconds after 3 at News Radio 930 WBEN. And we are commercial-free thanks to Paula's Donuts, always with donuts that are out of this world.
WBEN Buffalo, WKSE3 HD3 Niagara Falls.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Live from the NOCO Energy Expert Studios. This is News Radio 930 WBEN. This is it. Continuous coverage on your official station for the total solar eclipse. News Radio 930 WBEN.
It's 3 o'clock, cloudy and 59 in Buffalo. Good afternoon. I'm Tom Puckett, News Radio 930 WBEN. Our top story this Monday, April 8th, the eclipse near western New York. Right now, let's get a check on traffic with Alan Harris.
Traffic's not bad at all. People are not moving all that much on the roadways right now. I'm doing fine on the thruway, the 290. All the major routes are in pretty decent shape. I've just been looking at the parking down to the outer harbor. Just got a good shot of the people. It is jammed down there with cars. People are parking everywhere to watch what's going on at some of the outer harbor at this point. Had a lot of people walking across the Rainbow Bridge. We don't usually see that at this point. They're out there in the middle of the bridge waiting to see what they can see from there, from that vantage point. Right now, we don't have any real big problems. We seem to be moving okay. Coming across Route 5, if you're still trying to get out to the outer harbor, that first ramp is closed as you come off the Skyway. You got to use the second ramp down by Tiff Street. WBEN, the Barnes Firm Traffic Command, is brought to you by the Barnes Firm. Injured, call 1-800-8-MILLION. I'm Alan Harris.
The exclusive WBEN 7 weather forecast calls for thinning clouds as we head toward evening and a big warm-up on the way.
And here's what's happening right now. The total solar eclipse about 15 minutes away here in western New York. Let's check in live with WBEN First Alert meteorologist John Porter. And John, it does not look like the clouds are going to go away in time for the solar eclipse here.
No, that's right. I wish we had better news on that, but these clouds hanging tough. There will be a few breaks, though, in the overcast. So AccuWeather meteorologists forecasting about 60 to 70% cloud cover here as we head toward the time period of totality. So, yes, the clouds are going to be hanging tough.
And with 60 to 70% cloud cover, how does that affect our ability to see the eclipse?
Well, that will limit it quite a bit, especially in some locations. But if you're in one of those patches of thinner cloud cover, then you may be able to sneak a bit of a direct glimpse there. But it's going to be pretty challenging across the area with the clouds hanging tough.
All right, John, thank you very much. That's WBEN First Alert meteorologist John Porter on the WBEN Trocaire College Live Line. And now let's check in with WBEN's Brayton Wilson downtown at Salem Field.
Thank you very much, Tom. Here, I'm literally right down at field level here for the Bisons at the ballpark, and right now we're looking at cloud cover. Not really much we can see, unfortunately, with the total solar eclipse. We did manage for a split second to get a clearing of maybe some of the low to mid clouds, and we got a little look at the high clouds. But, just that brief look, and that was it. And right now we're hoping for a miracle at this point with getting something cleared up to be able to look at the total solar eclipse. Despite that, though, a really, really good turnout here down at the ballpark. Several hundred people here to be able to hopefully get the glimpse of the total solar eclipse that we're hopeful to see in the next 15 minutes. But again, a little cloudy, but nonetheless a great showing, not just from the people here of Western New York, but also NASA and the Bisons putting together a really nice program for the people that are in attendance today to take in this once-in-a-lifetime event. We're just, again, hopeful that the clouds will break and we'll be able to get a look at the total solar eclipse. If there is good news, though, it will still get dark with the total solar eclipse, just maybe not the look that we're hoping for. Keep it locked here. We'll keep it live, and we are continuing our total coverage of the total solar eclipse. But here from Buffalo and downtown at Salem Park, Tom, back to you.
Thank you, Brayton. Governor Hochul spoke with David Bellavia about the crowd in Niagara Falls and other state parks.
They're still going to have this common experience with their families. It's great. But the roads are not as bad as feared because people have been listening to us. But also the out-of-towners who came here for this purpose are showing up. Our parking lot is already full here at Niagara Falls State Park. We have 9 state parks that are had to close because of the volume.
And Buffalo's Emergency Operations Center is up and running.
Everyone is operational ready. They've been preparing. They've been doing drills and familiarizing themselves, going through case studies and other scenarios and how to prep the personnel to respond in the field.
That's Buffalo Emergency Services Director Thomas Luby. The solar eclipse has already passed through Mazatlan, Mexico. ABC's Matt Rivers is there.
And there it is, complete totality here in, wow. I've never seen anything like this before. This is my first total eclipse. It is truly, truly stunning. It takes a lot to stun me, I'll be honest. And this is just truly remarkable.
And WBEN's continuous commercial-free coverage continues, and we will have reaction throughout the afternoon here on WBEN. Also, check out our coverage at WBEN.com. We've got live updates there. Checking the WBEN 30-minute ticker right now, the Dow is up 28 points at 38,930. The NASDAQ down 21 at 16,269. The S&P up 4 at 5209. The WBEN Just Call Jed First Alert forecast. Showers after the eclipse this afternoon and evening, a low of 45. Partly cloudy tomorrow, warmer, a high of 74. Right now it's cloudy and 59 outside our Amherst studios. I'm Tom Puckett. The WBEN.com newsroom is the news feed that never stops. Stay in the know and follow our updated X feed for the latest by following at WBEN.
It's Bauerle. Tom Bauerle. On News Radio 930 WBEN.
Oh, it's Bauerle, and some of you have gotten a view of the eclipse. It is 6.5 minutes after 3. Totality will hit us at 3:18:20. And joining us right now, a guy who just texted in, called in, and said, I got a great view of it. Let's go to Joe Beamer. Joe. All right, I thought we had Joe Beamer all set. If you are listening to the program, welcome. Thank you for being here. We have people everywhere in Western New York. We now go to Joe Beamer. And Joe, for those who might just be tuning in, where are you physically, sir?
We are in Clarence, New York, Tom, and right now you can see we've got a great view of the eclipse as we are getting closer and closer to totality. And as I told you a few minutes ago, you are hearing every 5 seconds, oh, and applause all throughout the neighborhood. And I'm telling you, I said this at 2:40, I'll say it now. If this is all I see, I can tell why people travel hundreds of miles to see this.
You've obviously got your eclipse glasses on. Can you be perhaps precise in your description of exactly what you are seeing as we listen to the awe and wonderment in your voice?
So when the clouds break, you are seeing, a sliver of the sun. Think of it as the sun being like the moon every 30 days, right? You see a sliver of the moon. Well, you're seeing that with the sun and just a little bright ray, again, with your glasses on, because if you look at this with the naked eye, even with cloud cover, it could do damage. With the glasses on, Tom, and you just see it, the moon inching ever so slightly more and more over the sun as you get this window that we are getting in Clarence. It is as if the sun has broken the clouds so we can see the moon eclipsing it.
Obviously, very exciting, and I know where you are in Clarence. Are you able to give us an idea? I said earlier, it kind of looks like a crescent moon, even though it's really a crescent sun. Does it look as though there are a lot of clouds that are going to soon obscure the view, or do you think you're actually going to make it to totality?
Tom, if I was a betting man, I would not bet on making totality, because everywhere around this cloud break that we have witnessed in Clarence are dark clouds. I don't see another clearing. And again, I'm not a meteorologist, but I don't see another clearing that's going to happen in 10 minutes.
Well, that's unfortunate, but then again, anything can happen, Joe. Anything can happen, and we've had some people calling in already with wildlife stories. We had a guy who said the birds were already in their feeding positions about 30, 40 minutes ago, and a lady who called in from North Cheektowaga about the bees acting in a most peculiar fashion.
Yeah, I heard that. I also saw on the text board someone say their dog won't go outside. Our dog's right here. He's enjoying it. He's, living it up. I haven't heard the crickets yet, and I said that this morning, that I wanted to hear the crickets. That is something I read in an article over the weekend, that as soon as it's totality, you will hear crickets like it's nighttime. I will have to get back to you on that, Tom.
There are so many lines I could use about crickets and local government, but I'm going to hold off because today just isn't the day, and this just isn't the time. And your bride, is she in equal amazement as are you?
I think when she finally was able to see it, now she didn't come outside the first time when I said, hey, there is, the sun is here. You can see it. This might be all we get to see. She did not come out for that. I think she's glad that the clouds broke again and she was able to get a look at it. I think we might be going to Montana in 2044.
That's long-range planning, sir. Joe, thanks very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your cloud break, and we'll be touching base with you again later on. Our Joe Beamer in Clarence on WBEN. We're going to be doing a round-robin with our various reporters in places throughout Western New York in just a few moments. It is 11 minutes after 3. Totality is at 18 minutes after 3, so we are roughly 7 minutes away from totality. 7 minutes and a few seconds. Now, if you're listening online, that's going to be a little bit off, so give a brother some love. Let's go to Chapman in Lancaster on WBEN. How you doing, Chapman? What are you seeing?
Well, up until about 3-4 minutes ago, things are going well. Was actually seeing it on and off for the last hour or so, and then I'm looking up now, and it's just all gray, and I just see occasional little spots of kind of whiter, lit up parts of the spots in the clouds. But yeah, we're gonna miss it completely out here in Lancaster.
Well, Lancaster is a very, very large town, as you know, and even though you might be missing it where you are in Lancaster, somebody else in Lancaster might have a pretty good view.
I hope at least somebody does, because. Oh, wow, that is magical. Literally all gray sky, and just for a second, there was just a clear spot, and I just saw it where it's just a slight crescent on the top part of it right there, and then it just got covered up again. So I guess at least I got something.
Yeah, it has become the thinnest of thin crescents over the sun at this point, at least over Cleveland, Ohio, and we're seeing much the same, although not exactly the same, in Buffalo, New York. Chapman, thanks very much for the call, and good luck. I hope you get to see more than what you just saw, but did you hear the excitement in his voice when he saw the sliver? Let's go to Kevin in Kenmore. Kevin, you're on WBEN. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, here it comes out right now. I'm just seeing a bunch of, for a couple minutes ago, for at least 2 or 3 minutes, we had some clearings, and it was unbelievable. And now we got a nice little spot in the sky, and you can see it clearly. And I got tons of pictures on my cell phone, believe it or not. So I just wanted to give that heads up on LaSalle Avenue in Kenmore. It's clear. You can see it clear right now.
LaSalle Avenue in Kenmore. Don't want to start a mad traffic rush over to LaSalle Avenue in Kenmore. Your dog is barking. Does it have anything to do with the eclipse? I mean, it has gotten noticeably darker.
Tom, I can see it clear right now. There's a break in the sky. It's unbelievable.
Oh, God bless you. Those of you who are getting the breaks in the clouds, good for you. How would you?
But I did see some birds. I got some shots when I got some good pictures, and there's a big group of birds flying around. So I got some pretty good shots, believe it or not, just with my cell phone.
Well, I believe it. Those cell phone cameras ain't bad. Have you seen any bat activity?
No, I don't know if they were bats or not, because they look kind of small, to be honest with you, but I really couldn't tell.
Yeah, I mean, bats, they'll flip all around, all over the place. So you kind of wonder why they don't run into more stuff. But
people are yelling on the neighborhood here, Tom. You should hear it because you can see it clearly here on LaSalle.
Let's hear it. Just don't speak for a minute. Just hold your phone up. Let's see if we can hear it.
Yeah, probably not. But
no,
anyway,
apparently not. Cool. But thank you very much, Kevin, and enjoy yourself some eclipse. Get your eclipse on.
Bye-bye.
All right, good stuff there. 803-0930 is the phone number, and what we're going to do here as we approach 3:15 on WBEN is do a bit of a round robin, if that's okay with you, and that's not some pun on bird activity. But let us go back to Jen Schechter with the Eclipse coordinator for the Buffalo Museum. We're going to go to Brayton first. All right, let's go to Brayton Wilson, who is standing by at Salem Field. Brayton.
Yes, hi, Tom. I don't know if you can hear me in the background, but there are fans that are starting to cheer as we've got just enough of a cloud breakage here where we can actually see the moon that's coming closer. I'll let you listen here real quick. We can see the outer ring of the sun starting to fade away. We're getting just enough of a good look right now as the clouds have broken just enough, and it is getting much darker here as we speak right now, as we're a couple of minutes away from the total solar eclipse officially taking totality. So things are starting to pick up here, getting darker, and it's exciting times as people get one last look before we go dark.
Yeah, we are 3 minutes away from totality. Brayton, thank you. Let's go to
Thanks, Tom.
Max Ferry at the Outer Harbor. Max, what are you seeing?
Hey, Tom. It's pretty gray clouds over here. It's gotten noticeably darker for sure, but we are getting like little slivers, little seconds of it. We saw it at 10% really well for like 10 minutes, and then towards now, as we're getting closer to full totality here, we're not seeing a whole lot, but we did see a couple slivers from about 90% to 95%, which is pretty cool of a sight. Hopefully in a couple coming minutes here, we can get a few more glimpses.
We heard the roar from the ballpark, Salem Field. Anything like that at the Outer Harbor?
Very sporadically, yes. We can hear some cheering when it comes back in, but I can kind of gauge just by the sound and the applause.
We're 2 minutes away from totality. Max, thank you. Let's go to Zach Penkew in Niagara Falls. Zach, 2 minutes from totality. Give us a picture.
Tom, how are you doing? So right now it is definitely getting darker, but it seems to be Niagara Falls has the worst luck out of our locations for our reporters today. I had very short glimpses of the eclipse when it was first starting, but right now we have very, very thick clouds barreling over it, and it does not look like it is breaking anytime soon.
About 90 seconds from totality. People aren't already leaving, are they?
No. Especially on the Canadian side, I'm looking at tens of thousands of people all lined up waiting for at least a chance to look at it.
All right, Zach Penkew in Niagara Falls, thank you. Let us return to Susan Rose at Knox Farm State Park. Susan, it is roughly 1 minute away from totality. Put us in the picture where you are at Knox Farm.
Oh, it is so cool right now, Tom. I mean, we didn't think we'd have any chance of seeing it, but I can see it right now. Just the eclipse, just for a flash. And as it happens, the crowd just erupts here. They're so excited that they're able to see it because the cloud cover is so thick right now. I don't know if we'll get another chance here because the clouds behind it are really like a heavy blanket. And it's the darkness, it's unbelievable how fast, how rapidly it's getting dark here right now at this minute where it looks like it's totality.
We are about 30
really
seconds, about 30 seconds away from totality, but the darkness is as advertised, and as Andy Parker said, the darkness has descended very, very rapidly, Susan, and we're about 20 seconds away now from totality. And has anything changed at Knox Farm with visibility?
Not that we can see the eclipse now. I mean, we saw it about a minute ago, but the darkness is amazing. Absolutely amazing how dark it's getting right at this minute. I mean, in seconds, it's just going from twilight to darkness. It's unbelievable. Never seen anything like it.
No, we just passed totality about 5 seconds ago. Susan Rose, thank you very much for joining us. And now let us go to Jen Schechter, the Eclipse Coordinator with the Buffalo Museum of Science. And
totality.
Jen, we are in totality. We entered it about 30 seconds ago. Put us in the picture where you are.
It is cloudy where I am, but listen, we can see some light through these clouds. There it is. You can see it. Oh my God, we can see the corona now. I'm out here with my neighbors. It's dark. All of our porch lights have come on, and we just got a beautiful view of the corona through this patch of clouds here. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, we are so fortunate here that perfect timing for us.
And this darkness is utterly amazing. I think one can understand why in ancient times our forebears said, "What the heck is going on?"
They did. So many ancient civilizations knew the science behind it, though, and they still had these amazing legends they were telling. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. We are getting such a treat here.
And I presume, of course, you're wearing your glasses. Are you still able to see the corona?
No. So if you're wearing glasses, you have to take them off so you can see the corona. The corona is only about as bright as a full moon, and actually the clouds here are making it less. But you're able to view it without your glasses, and it is a beautiful sight here where I'm at in Buffalo. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Do you want to? The crowd in the background. I want to hear some of the crowd in the background.
Yeah, let me. We have a bunch of kids here, and they are so excited. Let me see if I can walk closer to them. Oh, and actually, you can see some red prominences. So if people are able to see it, those red around the edges, those are prominences coming off this side. Let me see if I can get them. Definitely
a fair amount of amazement.
Are you enjoying the eclipse? Yeah! Wow. This is my 7-year-old son and his neighbor friend.
I think I hear a dog barking in the background. I wonder if the dog is barking over the eclipse or barking over there being so many people outside this time of day.
Probably both. So we do know that any animals that have a response to it getting dark in the evening will have the same response during totality.
Jen, we had a lady calling in earlier who noticed a marked increase in bee activity on the front porch.
Oh, that's interesting. We expect during totality for daytime pollinators to kind of stop traveling around, so maybe the bees were coming back to the hive.
Yeah, very, very interesting. As mentioned earlier, they do use the sun as part of an amazing natural navigation system, as I'm sure you know better than any. Are you still able to see any of the sun?
Yeah, we can see the corona now. I see some red prominences coming off. It is amazing. I'm hoping other people across Buffalo are seeing the same thing I am.
I can hear the excitement in your voice and certainly the excitement in the voices of people around you. And you will most remember what about this eclipse?
Experience it with my children, and my mom was able to come out. My sister were able to come out from Detroit, and just having this experience with my family.
That's great. Jen, thank you. Are they chanting something that...
Oh, the sun is coming back out. We saw the diamond ring. They were cheering for the end of totality. Wow.
Now, you can certainly hear it in people's voices. There's a fair amount of excitement there.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know if I should stay with you or take some phone callers. I think I might take some phone callers, Jen. Thank you very much for joining us, the Eclipse coordinator, and she's the reason. Talking to the Eclipse coordinator, you clearly coordinated the eclipse to coincide exactly with your time on the radio. So thank you. I will thank you for that. Now, here's the thing: thank you, Jen. As fast as it got dark, it is now becoming light again. It was dark for, as advertised, roughly 3 to 4 minutes, and it was basically as dark as nighttime here at the radio station. And then, just like that, like somebody flipped a switch, it was I'd say about 100 times as fast as sunrise. If you've ever been up late at night, who am I talking to? I'm talking to Buffalo party people. Yeah, you've been up late at night and you've seen many a sunrise in your day, but the speed with which the totality darkness descended upon us was remarkable, and the speed with which it is now lifting is also remarkable. And it's really wild. It's like watching a sunrise almost, even with the clouds in fast motion. like somebody speeded up a sunrise by about 100 times. I would like to know your experiences with the eclipse. Now, do we have Lucas standing by for me? Okay, let's go to our reporter, Lucas Buckley on WBEN. Lucas, again, put us in the picture. Exactly where are you and what are you seeing, sir?
So I'm in Lancaster on Walden Avenue. And let me just say that was the most incredible, visceral experience I think I've ever had. I heard you saying that how quickly the darkness descended and the light came back. It feels like the light just came back at the step of a finger. That was insane.
Yeah, it was like somebody had a giant clapper and clapped twice. I mean, that's how fast it came back on, or a big dimmer switch.
Yeah, clap on, clap off. That's essentially what happened. I couldn't believe it. I was awestruck.
What? How much of a view, Lucas, did you have of the eclipse itself?
Pretty good. I could see the top part, the very top sliver. Not much. There was some holes in the clouds that came through, thankfully. So I did get some glimpses of it. Not the full thing, obviously, but just enough. I'm satisfied. I'll say that.
When you described it as being a visceral experience, can you be a little bit more detailed?
Yeah, no, it was just shocking. It felt surreal. That's what I'd say. It was surreal. It felt didn't feel like real life, I guess, right? Yeah, just how quickly it happened. I'm almost out of breath. I'm sorry. My heart was racing, just getting video and reacting and stuff. There were fireworks going off all around. It felt like a movie.
Now, where you are in Lancaster, one of the interesting facets to this whole diamond of the eclipse is the wildlife and the animals. Were they acting in any noticeably peculiar way, or were your eyes so fixed on the eclipse that you didn't notice?
I noticed the birds going crazy. It felt like I think I saw a couple of flocks of birds, or groups of birds, whatever the term for them is, fly by. I was trying to observe my cat's behavior. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Maybe a little tired. I don't know. But no, just nothing too crazy. You know what? I also listen though. There's zero traffic. I was not anticipating that. It felt like the middle of the night, and I don't know. I don't know if I was expecting anything different. You can hear a big truck going by now.
Good timing.
I don't know if I was expecting anything different, but just how quiet it was. I wasn't ready for that at all.
No, you know what? That's very, very interesting. And we had Totality, folks. It is about 27 minutes after 3. Totality happened about 9 minutes ago. And it was really something to behold because just like that, almost in an instant, the sun was totally obscured and it got as dark as night, and then as quickly as it descended upon us, the darkness lifted and the sun came out. Lucas, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure we'll touch base again. Let's go to your calls at 803-0930, star 930, 1-800-616-WBEN. Let's go to Dave in Depew. Dave, you are on. Hello.
Hey, Tom. It was fantastic. It was just fantastic.
Well, whereabouts in Depew might you be, sir, and what did you see?
Say between Walden and Genesee, Transit Road. It was fantastic. I got to get on the back of my pickup and stand and watch the horizons, all the horizons, different colors. It was fantastic. The only thing that really got me is I wanted to watch the animals' reactions, but people were blowing off fireworks, and that to me ruined everything. It's like once in 100 years, I can watch fireworks anytime. Just wanted to watch the whole thing. But
I do not disagree with you. Given a choice between fireworks, which, as you said, we can see many, many times a year, and an eclipse, which is a once in a lifetime event, you can hold the fireworks.
Yeah, it was really that just ruined it because I was literally putting food out for squirrels and things, so I wanted to watch what the squirrels did. They vacated about, I'd say, 2-3 minutes before everything went dark. The birds all went flying into the woods. The squirrels vacated. I don't know where they went. And then it hit. It was great. It was just, once in a lifetime is the best description.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm sorry the fireworks ruined it for you. I don't know. I don't know under what circumstances people think it's a great idea to fire off fireworks in the middle of a once-in-a-lifetime event, but I guess I'm a little bit weird that way. Thank you very much, Dave. I'm sorry that the experience was ruined by the fireworks for you. I don't know how other people feel about that, but I'm sure we'll take some calls on it. Did the fireworks ruin the eclipse for you? How much of the eclipse did you actually get to see, and your gut-level reactions to what you saw? And one of the things that I mentioned earlier, Dave, go ahead. I'm sorry. I guess Dave is done. One of the things that I mentioned earlier is seeing the darkness in the middle of the day, as dark as it was, and it was like nighttime. I can understand how way back when civilization came to a paralyzing halt because people had no idea what was going on in the heavens above them. 3:30 at News Radio 930 WBEN. It is Bauerle. We've got news with Tom Puckett.
It's 3:30. The eclipse has come and gone in Western New York, and Tom Bauerle's been getting reaction. I'm Tom Puckett. More after traffic and weather together. Here's Alan Harris.
Well, I expect the traffic is going to start picking up again as people start leaving the areas that they went to watch the eclipse. But so far, it's still pretty quiet right now. The 190 downtown, no real big problems there. Route 5 down by the Outer Harbor hasn't started moving out yet. Doing fine right now going across the 290. Nothing on the board right now as far as any major accidents or problems. So at this point, we're okay. Give it another 10, 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes. WBEN, the Barnes Firm Traffic Command, is brought to you by the Barnes Firm. Injured, call 1-800-8-MILLION. I'm Alan Harris.
And the forecast for tonight, showers later on. Partly cloudy and warmer tomorrow. Right now, 59 degrees at 3:31. Here's what's happening right now. That once-in-a-lifetime total solar eclipse has come and gone in Western New York. WBEN's Max Ferry joins us live. And Max, what was it like where you were?